Thursday evening, headed north to hunt Merriam's for a few days. I have an over-the-counter tag this year, which is archery only, but I've been doing some e-scouting, and I've picked one of the units that has a pretty good draw rate for shotguns, so next year I'll be trying for that. But for this year, I at least want to get up there and check out the area and see if I can find some birds. Maybe I'll get lucky, but I don't really have expectations of coming home with a field tag, but you never know. Just hoping to maybe hear some birds gobbling, have some action. It'd be great. This will be the first time I've hunted since the fall of 2024. When I moved away from New England, I was living in Vermont at the time, and so I missed the entire 2025 season. So I am very excited to get back out in the woods. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. It's about 7 o'clock. I should be getting to the forest road area that I want to hunt around 11. It'll probably take me a little while driving down a few miles in there to get to a spot to stop for the night, and then I will get a few hours sleep and be at it in the morning. So see what happens. It should be an adventure no matter what. So it's about 20 to 12. I'm parked for the night. I am 3.5 miles in on this forest road. Found the spot. Did a little checking on Onyx. There's a ridge right here. I'm going to get up in the morning, and we're going to go from there. All right. It's about 5 o'clock, and I'm walking this forest road. Haven't heard anything yet, but day's yet young. Stay tuned. Now it's getting a little bit later, and I can see the tracks along this road. A lot of mule deer tracks. Haven't seen any yet, but I saw mule deer. But I have seen back there was a set of gobbler tracks. So definitely some birds in here. So just gotta see if I can get something gobbling now. Some other guys I was talking to, and they were saying that they were having a hard time getting on gobbling birds. So might not hear anything, but right here I'm staring at him now. Big old gobbler track right there. He's going back that way, but he came from this way, so we'll see. But anyways, gonna keep plugging along here. So right in here, it's like a little flat, little cut right here. And I still haven't heard anything, but I've got gobbler tracks, hen tracks, and back there I could see where drag marks for one have been strutting. The strut marks weren't very fresh, and these tracks right here aren't super fresh, but at least it tells me that they're around, so I'm gonna keep working up through. Hey, where the BC sign tells you you're at least right in the right areas, right? So, all right, keep working up through here. So now it's 6 o'clock. I just stopped and made my first set of calls. Didn't hear anything, but nice valley, and through here I could see, I don't know, probably half a mile down and through there. So as I kept coming up the road, I kind of came out of turkey sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, and I'm going to cut the ridge. And I'm going to work down along that ridge and back down to another big valley and up onto the next ridge on the other side to the west. And then I'm going to work back towards the trucks there. At this point right now, about 3.5 miles in. So I'm going to make a big loop and see if I can find some sign. I've been walking the road just trying to get a feel for the terrain a little bit. And real open, ponderosa pine, as you can see. Right here is a little grassy area. But I just want to kind of get a feel for it walking in. So now I'm going to get off trail, get into the woods and see if I can find any sign. So, all right, I'm going to head back that way and see what we can do. mule deer right there, right in the middle of the screen. You can kind of see her poking up behind that rock or that deadfall right there. I'm gonna walk at her. She's gonna take off, but you know, she'll stay put. There she goes. Bow, bow. There's 2 of them, 3 of them. They're across the trail here. There they go. 4. The western kangaroo. Well, that's pretty cool. I've been seeing a lot of deer sign. A lot of. See, I just stopped. I was actually looking at where our fresh deer tracks across this trail, and I looked up and I see a head snap up at me. So, old turkey sign. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of here. There's definitely been turkeys in here, but everything I'm seeing is old, so I'm calling as I go. I'm almost back to the truck, I think, but another 3/4 of a mile. But definitely an area that I'll keep in mind, because they are in here. I mean, there's turkey tracks down through here too, but like I said, everything's old. I've seen some old dropping stuff, but seeing some deer, that was pretty cool. Those are the first mule deer I've seen since I've moved here. I've seen them in the past in other states, but so that makes for a good morning. So anyways, I'm gonna head back towards the truck unless I get onto something between here and there, and then we're gonna go drive and see if we can find some other areas. All right, it's about 20 to 10. I got out of the other spot. So there's another spot, the original spot I wanted to go to that I had marked. I couldn't get to it because the roads to get to that forest road were closed down. So I found another way in, and right here already I got turkey tracks. So I found in, I came in from the other side, and I parked back here, and I got to finish walking the rest of the way in. But I'm already getting to the turkey sign. I did see a hen earlier, so I wasn't skunked. I've seen a Merriam's turkey out here, so, but I just saw this turkey sign back there, and just something about this spot really brought me to looking at it more, and I was kind of bummed I couldn't get to it, but I figured it out. So I'm going to go in here and check it out and see if I can get into something, and if I can get into Lee's sign, even if I don't hear anything, maybe this is where I'll start in the morning. But all right, we're gonna get down here and check it out and see what we can find. Another thing you see a lot of out here, as you can see the bark on all these trees all over. They're all burnt. You can tell years ago where there was fires through here. I went through one area earlier that was still, everything was charred. But you can see where a wildfire had gone through this area at one point. And you see it a lot of times. You'll see stumps that are burned. Sometimes you'll see trees on the ground that are burnt. It just looks like charcoal now. But anyway, so I'm gonna head over on this top ridge here, and I'm just gonna make a big circle around this and see if I can find any sign. Keep on going. I'm going to go down into this little valley and up on that top there, and there's a road that goes all the way across the top, and there's huge valleys on both sides. So I'm going to go over to that and call across those and see what we can do. Well, this area over here, as I get in here more, you can see that they have cattle in here. Nothing super fresh, but a lot of old droppings. There's turkey tracks in here, and there's deer tracks. What I'm looking at now is the original knob that I wanted to get to in the morning was actually right over in here. I'm looking at it now. There's another knob there, and there's another one over here. And I don't know if these turkeys are talking right now. I don't know if they're gobbling them in the day. I know that people I've talked to said they haven't been talking much lately. But there's for string jacks. I've seen mostly hen in here, but I'm gonna just go and I'm gonna pick apart all these ridges and see if I can get into any sign. I have until dark tonight. So I continued hunting for the rest of the day, checking ridge tops. And although I never did end up hearing any gobbling or didn't see any more birds, it was a great experience and had some beautiful scenery and got to find some areas that I can continue to hunt in the future. So, a great experience overall and looking forward to getting back.